Hello everyone, welcome back to Joyful Camping, and it is spring, which means it is time to get your RV out and ready to play with. Now, every time I take this sucker out, I always have at least one tire that's a little bit low, and if it's been a while, it's like this one, where I can put the tire gauge on it, nothing, completely dead. I have taken this tire to get a flat tire repair done multiple occasions, multiple locations, and none of them can find why this is running flat over time. It is just so slow of a leak that just over time it gets flat. We are going to see if we can fix this issue once and for all. And here we have it. We have some tire slime. Now, normally a lot of people will see this being applied to a bicycle so that when you're riding through the dirt and getting some thorns in there, it takes care of any of that flat tire that you get. But they also have it applicable to vehicles. And you can get this in multiple sizes. More traditionally, you'll see it in a 32-ounce bottle, and that is for your bikes, for ATVs and stuff like that. I opted to get the gallon bottle. This is because I've got 4 tires on this trailer that I need to put this slime into. Plus, according to this chart that you're looking at right now, it's going to be roughly 20 ounces per tire that I'm going to need to put the slime. So the gallon is going to help cover all 4 of these tires. Now the tools, you're going to need about a tire pressure gauge. That's going to work for making sure when we put air back in these after the slime. A valve stem removal tool, and what this does here is it takes out the core of the valve stem so that you can take this tube off of the from the slime to be able to pump it into the tire. The other thing that I'm going to use is a tire scale. You don't necessarily have to use one of these. You kind of judge by the bottles. It doesn't have any markings on this for the weight or anything like that, but that's why I have the scale. That way I can weigh out. I'm going to put out that 20 ounces per tire. That way I can get the before scale reading and the after as I'm pumping it in. Now the instructions do say to have this valve stem at a little bit higher of a point, but it's good. I don't really want to move it on this flat tire just in case it unseats the bead or anything like that. So we are going to leave it as is. It's not on the bottom, so I'm not really worried about that either. And personally, I don't think it's a problem if it's all the way to the bottom, because all this slime is just going to go down into the base of the tire anyway until you start moving it. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes though. So without further ado, I'm going to get this undone here, get the initial weight, and start pumping it in here. All right, let's get this scale turned on, and we're calibrated here to 0. My initial weight is going to be 141 ounces. So about 120 ounces is where we want to get to. It does have a little number here on the top saying 1 pump equals 1 ounce. So we'll use that as our guideline to get about 20 pumps per tire. One important thing to do here though is to shake it. You need to get, I don't know if you can see it very good on here. There's all these little pieces in here. You need to get all mixed up really, really well. So that way the chemicals in it are able to do their job. And I've already shook it up before this. So I'm going to stick this on the tire here. And then once we get down through the tube, right about there. Okay, so I'm going to let this come back up all the way. We're about 20 pumps here. Okay, so that was about 18 pumps, and it started to look like it wasn't really flowing anymore. So I'm going to double check it on the scale here. We're looking for about 120, about 124. So there we go. Maybe it wasn't getting air into the bottle or something, because I just undid that and I kind of heard a little pop And oh, no, there it goes again, where it's not really wanting to pump in. So there we go. That's a good pump right there. So we're just going to keep checking this till we get to our 20 ounces. I guess if you didn't have a scale, you could just kind of keep an eye on those pumps, make sure that you are getting the correct, nice firmness to the pump as you're going down through it. But 120.85, that's good. That's about that 20 ounces right there. So we'll go ahead and pull this off, put the core back in, and then we'll pump this tire up. Well, with that, we are all aired up on all four tires. I put about 20 ounces in each tire, and we are ready to take it for a spin. Now, this is going to be multi-part here, not the video itself, but the testing phase of it. I'm going to take it for a spin to get the liquid all around the tire, take a measurement of the air pressure today. Then in about a week, I'm going to take another PSI measurement for the pressure in those tires, see if any of them have dropped a little bit. Now it's possible with the heat or cold, it could go up or down just a little bit, but as long as I'm not dropping like 5 PSI or something like that. Let's go take this for a spin and get some of that flowing and covering the entire inside of the tire. And with that, we are now a month into this project. Plenty of time for any air to be leaking out of these tires. As you can see, this particular one was down a little bit, but that's okay. I tested this about 2 days or so after I had filled them up, and it was at that 36 or so PSI. I filled each of these to just over 40. All the other three of them were at just over 40. So where it held that 36, 37 or so PSI for this last month means that the slime did its job. It held the leak, filled it up, did its chemical reaction to be able to stop leaking, and we are good to go. So I am giving this a thumbs up for this product. And if you've got a leak anywhere, your vehicle, your trailer, whatever it may be, ATVs, side-by-side, stuff like that, I'm saying this is most likely going to be a good product to throw into those vehicles so that you have less problems down the road. I'm feeling great about this, much less worry about if I get a puncture while I'm out camping in the middle of nowhere, stuff like that. So if you're new here, make sure to pitch a tent on that subscribe button. We'd love to have you along for all of our adventures. And if you do put slime in your tires, let me know in the comments down below how well it works out for you. We'll catch you on another adventure.